So, Bhagavata Pravaham. We have Bhagavata Pravaham has brought us to the 10th canto. We have heard about the overview of Srimad Bhagavatam and then how Srimad Bhagavatam is Lord Krishna himself. And then the whole Srimad Bhagavatam in 1 hour. First canto, second canto, third canto, fourth canto, fifth canto, sixth canto, seventh canto, eighth canto, ninth canto, 10th canto, Ashraya Tattva. We are in Ashraya Tattva, Bhagavan, Lord Shri Krishna. So we have heard about the Avirbhava, appearance of the Lord and the killing of the demons. And last time we have heard about Govardhana Leela. Govardhana Leela. And today we are going to hear about the Rasa Leela, the most esoteric subject of Bhagavan. So, this Rasa Leela, Rasa is pure Bhakti Rasa. Pure Bhakti Rasa. What we experience is Jada Rasa. Jada Rasa. The Rasa of Tamoguna, the Rasa of Rajoguna. There is hardly Satvoguna. That is the Rasa we experience. We mortal beings, we conditioned beings. The Rasa we experience is Jada Rasa. What to speak of this Rasa dance? The Rasa of Satchit Ananda Vigraha with his internal potency. That is Shuddha Bhakti Rasa. Yeah. So before we go into the Srimad Bhagavatam and hear about this Rasa dance, Rasa Leela. Leela means that which is done on one's own accord, not forced by karma. That is Leela. And only Bhagavan can do Leela. Jiva cannot do Leela. Jiva is under the influence of karma. So, the actions of Jivas are karma. Actions of Bhagavan are Leelas. So, that's Leela. And Rasa, we have heard. The Rasa is Shuddha Bhakti Rasa. Prema Rasa, Shuddha Bhakti Rasa. So, that's Rasa Leela. That's the sacred topic that we are going to hear today. So before we hear what Sukadeva Goswami is saying in Srimad Bhagavatam, we want to honor this subject matter of this Shuddha Bhakti Rasa, the Leela. So in order to honor the subject matter, it's better for us to know what our status is and what is being presented here in the Srimad Bhagavatam by Sukadeva Goswami. The subject matter of Rasa Leela is such a sacred subject matter that it is placed to be, its place is on the altar, right? Why is it like that? Because this Rasa Leela is between Bhagavan and who? Bhagavan and his internal energy, internal potency. Who is here? See, Lord Krishna, he appears in a Nara form, human form. And we are human beings. That is the only similarity, external similarity, that he appears as a human being, the form Nararupa, and we have Nararupa also. Other than that, so that is the only thing we consider. And with that glasses on, yeah, we tend to hear the katha. We, in the sense, especially those who are not in the devotion, doesn't know the knowledge about Bhagavan, they tend to hear. But how should we understand Bhagavan? Janma karma cha me divyam, evam yo vyakti tattvataha, tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti, mamso iti Arjuna. Krishna should be known in Tattva. If we do not know him in Tattva, then we would not honor then we would think that his actions are karma. Because we know the tattva that he is Bhagavan, we know that his actions are leelas. So when these pastimes are understood in the light of tattva, what happens? Janma karma chame divyam, my janma, my appearance, my karma. Here the karma of the Lord is leela. They are divyam, they are transcendental, they don't belong to these modes. Janma karma chame divyam, evam yo vetti tattvaha. Whoever knows this, whoever knows me in tattva, that my appearance and my actions are divyam, transcendental, only them, then tattva deham punarjanmana iti mamsava iti Arjuna. Only when the Bhagavan is understood in the tattva, when his pastimes are understood in the tattva, then we are taken out of the karma cycle and then put into the bhakti cycle, and the bhakti would go towards the Shuddha Bhakti only when Bhagavan is known in tattva. Yeah? In that way, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha tyaktva deha punarjanmana iti. There is no more punarjanma. Mamso iti Arjuna, they will come to me. So this is the significance. And anything about Bhagavan should be known in tattva, and that will cause the liberation from this bondage and go towards Bhagavan. So what is the tattva? Who is Lord Krishna? Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He's Ishvara, Supreme Controller. Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He has no beginning. We are comparing with the Manava, Nara here, and the Bhagavan here. The Bhagavan, Lord Krishna, who is doing this Rasa Leela, Bhagavan is Ishvara Parama Krishna, Satchit Ananda Vigraha, Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. He is the supreme controller. Yeah. And that's Brahma. Brahma is singing in Brahma Samhita. In his vision, he's seeing it. So that's Ishvara here. And who are we? Here, the Nara. Who are we? We are controlled. We are puppets in the hand of three modes. Yeah. Puppets in the hand of three modes and are forced to do karma. What control are we talking about? The whole control is in the hands of Maya, and we are just puppets in the Maya. So where is the comparison between this Nara, who is in the hands, who is a puppet in the hands of Maya, and there Ishvara Parama Krishna, and who is Anadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. So that's Bhagavan there doing the Rasa dance. And here we are Naras, puppets in the hands of Maya. And Brahma says, he also says, Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhakta Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajam. Advaitam, you are non-dual. Anadim, you have no beginning. Advaitam, Anadim, Achyutam, you are infallible. The Lord is infallible. And the mundane lust that happens here is diseased and fallible. And the activities of the Lord there are infallible. Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Anantarupam, the Lord is Ananta, infinite. What is the position of Jiva? Such an insignificant one. Yeah. Anantarupam, Adyam Purana Purusham Navayavvanam Cha. Adyam, he is the beginning of everything. Yeah. So that is the Bhagavan doing the Rasa Leela with his internal potency. Here is the Nara, conditioned soul, hearing about the sacred Rasa Leela. Okay? What did Lord Shiva say about Bhagavan? Lord Shiva, Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam Yadiyate Tatra Pumana Pavritaha Sattve cha tasmin Bhagavan Vasudeve He adokshajo me namasa vidhiyate. Lord Shiva is saying this. Lord Brahma, who is the topmost being in this Brahmanda, who is the very secondary creator, he has said what Bhagavan is. And now Lord Shiva is saying, Oh Bhagavan, you are Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Shabditam. Oh Vasudeva, you are Sattvam Vishuddham. You are a Vishuddha Sattva. What is Vishuddha Sattva? We will see where we are, then we will understand what is Vishuddha Sattva. Tamoguna, Rajoguna, Sattvaguna, and the Brahma Jyoti and Vishuddha Sattva. The start of the Vishuddha Sattva is the Brahma Jyoti. And we are here, buried in here in Tamoguna, Rajoguna. And these, the matters of Rasa Leela are the matters of Vishuddha Sattva. Yeah. So that's Lord Shiva, that's saying. And what is our position here? The Lord is Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. Sat. He is eternal, ever, never changing. Navayovanam cha, anytime like that. Sat. Chit, all cognizant. He is Andantarastam, Paramanuchayantarastam, all cognizant. He knows what's happening in each and every cell, an atomic particle of this manifestation, material and spiritual. Sat, Chit. And he is pervaded everywhere as Paramatma. Yeah, that's how he is cognizant. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Ananda, unstoppable, ecstasy, Ananda. He is Sat, Chit, Ananda. So these matters of Rasa Leela are about Sat, Chit, Ananda Swarupa. Who are we? Maiman say Jiva Loke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Mana Shastani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Karshati. That is our situation, our pitiable condition. Mana Shastani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Karshati. We are struggling. We are being battered and bruised by Manashastrani Indriyani. All the 5 Indriyas and Manas, altogether 6. These 6 are battering us, bruising us. And Karshati, we are struggling with this. So we are the struggling jivas here who in the stage of Asat, Achit, Nirananda. That is our situation. Yeah? And the subject matters of Rasa Leela are about Sat, Chit, Ananda. Yeah? So that is about the position of who is performing this Rasa Leela, Bhagavan, and the internal potency of the Lord, Ahladini Shakti expanding into the gopis. So we are talking about the subject matter of deities here, Shuddha Sattva here. And this is why this topic belongs to the altar there. That's the sacred topic. Because these are the matters of Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. And here we bow down to the deities. And we bow down to these Leelas of the deities. That is our place. Yeah. And that is about the Tattva. And second thing is, dear devotees, the gopis here, there are different categories of gopis. Direct expansions of Srimati Radharani and some sadhana siddhas also are there. So these gopis, what is their placement? Where are we and where are they? Okay, right. Until now we have understood about the Rasa Leela in Tattva, and whoever is performing that, those personalities also in Tattva. Right now, we want to see where we are in the to Govinda, in our journey to Govinda. Where are we, and where are these gopis? We are now, we are having Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. We are getting together and we are doing the Bhajana Kriya, right? Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, and Anartha Nivritti. Clearly, we are here. Anartha Nivritti. If only we didn't have Anarthas, when we say Krishna, we will be able to see Krishna. So we are clearly in Anartha Nivritti. And then after Anartha Nivritti, as the Anarthas go away, somebody gets, one would get steady in bhakti. That stage is called Nishta. Not only getting steady in bhakti, but they have such great ruchi, taste for anything related to devotion, for the nama, for the katha, for the seva, for the devotees, everything. Everything is done with great taste. Non-stop great taste is ruchi. And after ruchi is asakti, where there is swarupa abhasa, where one would know their spiritual form, shadow spiritual form. So they would just come to know swarupa abhasa, asakti. Then rati, there they will be able to have spurti of Krishna. And then rati or bhava. Here in this stage, generally we call it as bhava here, but actually this is rati. And after that is, and a mortal being cannot hold a lot of those transcendental feelings there. So by that time, after rati is prema, and next after that is Vastu Siddhi. Vastu Siddhi does not happen in this same mortal body. We have to give up this body. Vastu Siddhi means Vastu is the object here. Lord Krishna. Siddhi is attaining the object. So going to Krishna, having Krishna, it means taking birth in a Vraja, Bhauma Vrindavan. That's Vastu Siddhi. Yeah. After Vastu Siddhi, after being born in Bhauma Vrindavan, then still the journey towards Krishna continues. Sneha, Mana, Pranaya, Raga, Anuraga, Bhava, Mahabhava, Madanakya Mahabhava, Modanakya Mahabhava. Gopis belong there. Gopis belong there. Here we are in Anartha Nivritti. Yeah. So those are the subject matters of this Rasa Leela by those gopis. And the last thing I wanted to mention is the difference between the lust of this material world and the love of the spiritual world. We tend to call this lust also love. What to do? It just gets mixed up here. Yeah. The lust here is, the intention is to get some kind of pleasure from the object or a thing in this world is lust. In love, the intention is to give pleasure in whatever capacity to the object is love. Yeah. And Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakura, when he wrote commentary on Jayadeva Ashtapada, he described different stages, different symptoms of lust. What happens when there is a feeling of lust? There are 5 things that happen, and it starts with sammoha, is illusion, and ends with destruction. So that's what happens when there is a lusty feeling in this material world. But when there is prema bhakti rasa in the spiritual realm, what happens? Anandam buddhivartanam pratipadam purna amrita asvadanam sarvatmasnapanam. That ecstasy, the ocean of ecstasy increases. It only increases and it is only rejuvenating. There is no element of destruction there. So those are the mechanics of what lust means and what this love means, spiritual love means. now that we are clear about the sacredness of this subject matter of Bhagavata Rasa Leela, now we can enter into the Bhagavatam and hear what Sukadeva Goswami is saying. Yeah, dear devotees. I think, yes, now we can go ahead here. Now, this subject matter and the personalities of this Bhagavata Rasa Leela, they are now on the altar. This is a sacred topic. So, we'll get into the PowerPoint. That's the Rasa dance. Okay, so Sukadeva Goswami is saying about gopis. The Uddipana of Rasa Leela. You know, these words, the terminology, Uddipana, these are all. By the way, dear devotees, you know, what we have just heard, Vastu Siddhi, and then Sneha, Mana, Pranaya, those are all further stages. All those stages are described in Ujjvala Nilamani. Those are all the esoteric subject matters. Those are all described in Ujjvala Nilamani. And this subject matter, Uddipana, and all that, this subject matter is from that Ujjvala Nilamani. In Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu and in Madhurya Kadambini, these stages of bhakti from Bhajana Kriya up until Rati or Bhava and Prema are given. But after that, it's all in Ujjvala Nilamani. So, Lord Krishna now, Shyamasundara Krishna, this is the autumn season, and it's an autumn night. The moon is bright, full moon, and in the forest of Vrindavan, Shyamasundara Krishna is singing on the flute. Venu Gita is singing on the flute. And the autumn season, the Vrajabhumi, he also want to serve the Lord in its capacity to give pleasure to the Lord. And that's why, you know, the stimulus, the moon is shining bright and cool. And then Vrindavan forest is very pleasant and fragrant. Yeah. So Krishna is playing his flute now. And when this is fifth note. There are different notes in the flute song. And fifth note is especially meant for gopis. When Lord Krishna sings the flute, they are on different notes, different living entities hear them. So not that when Lord Krishna sings the flute song, everybody would hear. Based on what note he's playing and who he is directing to, only they would hear. So Shyamasundara, now he's playing the fifth note from in the forest of Vrindavana. So no other Vrajavasis heard that flute song. Only gopis, they heard this flute song. When they heard this flute song, these gopis, whoever is doing whatever, some are with their babies, with their family, doing the chores, with their husband, all of them, as soon as they heard the flute song, they just left everything as such and started rushing towards where the flute song is coming from. Wow. These gopis we have just heard, right? We will know more. But what is there for us here? On one, we are already seeing dear devotees, we are already seeing that this is the topic of gopis. So on one side, we honor this topic and we hear it with great respect. On the other side, we are looking to see how this can be relevant to us, our sadhakas here. So on that note, what is the flute song for our Baddha Jivas? It is said that the Sadhu Vani is the flute song. then we think, isn't that Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is there. But without knowing the glories of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and about how to serve the Nama, then we will not be able to hear the melodies of the flute. So, Sadhu Vani is said to be the flute song for us because it is the Sadhu Vani. It is the Vani of the Shuddha Bhakta who is having Govinda in his heart. Because he is with Krishna, he gives all the information about Krishna, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. And he gives us the instructions of how to come to Krishna. So that is why it is a flute song that is leading us to Shyama Sundara. So that is our flute song that we hear. The Sadhu Swani giving us Krishna is the flute song. So they gave up everything and then they rushed towards the forest. So these gopis here, as we have just heard, there are different categories of gopis. Nitya Siddhas are all, they are the direct expansions of Srimati Radharani, the 8 Ashtasakhis. And so this is one category. They were never, they don't belong to the Jiva Tattva. They are Nitya Siddhas, internal potency. And the other category is Sadhana Siddhas. In Sadhana Siddhas, Rishichari gopis, Dandakaranya, when Lord Ramachandra was passing by, all the Dandakaranya rishis they said, "Oh Lord, you look so handsome, we want to marry you." And then Lord Rama says, "Oops, I'm in the male body, you're in the male body, please wait until Dwapar Yuga." So those are Rishichari gopis. They, in the next, when Lord Krishna came back, these Dandakaranya rishis, they came as Rishichari gopis. And Shrutichari, all the Vedas, personification of Vedas, they took the form of these gopis. So Shrutichari gopis, Rishichari gopis, they are also, they are in the Sadhana Siddhas, like that. And we may be seeing, we may be looking for, then where is Kripa Siddhas? Where is our place? So we are Kripa Siddhas, and the mercy is there. We are Raganuga Bhaktas. So we are Raganuga Bhaktas, and then depend on the mercy of the Raganuga Bhaktas. So when the flute song is heard, not all the gopis could go. Only few of them could go. Some of them could not go because there was a little more that needed to be cleared up from them. So that's why they could not go. So for them, they could not bear that separation. It was such an agony for them. They could not go because, the parents did not let them go, or husband did not let them go, or something came up and they could not go. They want to go but could not go. So they were so much in agony. The agony that they caused, that was caused, destroyed their sins. And they could not go, but they just started meditating on Krishna and within. And that was giving them the spiritual happiness. So that destroyed the piety. Piety is good karma. For bhakti, both, there will be destruction of both good karma and bad karma because bhakti is beyond karma. And it is also said that some gopis who could not go, they just left their body. And they left their body and they went, they're totally spiritualized within, but in the body of Panchabhutas. So when they left this body of Panchabhuta, the spiritualized body, totally spiritualized, they're already spiritualized inside, they went to Krishna. It is said like that. So in this way, all these gopis, they rushed to Krishna. Then Parikshit Maharaj is asking, Sukadeva Goswami, I have a question here. On our behalf, Parikshit Maharaj is asking this question. Well, how can these girls who know Krishna as their lover can be freed from attachment? See, these girls, everything sounding like lust here, huh? These are young girls and some are married also, and everybody is attracted to Krishna. Yeah. So when they are with this so-called lusty feelings, apparent lust, lust to Bhagavan. Is there any? Lust to Bhagavan is equal to love. But Parikshit Maharaj is asking this question for us. So when these girls are having lust to Krishna, how can they be freed from the attachment, material attachment? This specific question is on our behalf. What? These gopis? This looks like lust. It means lust is passion. So how can they be freed from this attachment? Attachment to the modes when they're executing their actions in their passion, when they're lustily going to Krishna. Then Sukadeva Goswami is saying, O Parikshit Maharaj, remember, this is Narada Muni also, he told Yudhishthira, Gopyat Kamat Bhayat Kamsad Ityadayon Rupaha. So whatever feeling one might have towards Bhagavan, like gopis having lust, or the Kamsa having anger, or he also says, Narada Muni says, like you, the Vrishnis having a feeling of relationship to Bhagavan, and you are all having love for Bhagavan, and we, the devotees, having bhakti for Bhagavan. All of us, we may be having a different mellow or feeling. It could be like kama of gopi, or bhaya of kamsa, or bhakti of mine, or affection of you. But because the object for all of this is in Vishuddha Sattva, everybody is freed, purified. That's the answer Sukadeva Goswami gives. Like Shishupala, he was full of hatred, but the object of the hatred is the Shuddha Sattva. So he got purified. So it's about the object of all these feelings. That makes the difference. And that's why, because these gopis, even though they want to give their body to Krishna, but Krishna is Shuddha Sattva. With any emotion, with any desire, so much, if anybody is absorbed so much in Krishna, then they will be purified. So that's the answer Sukadeva Goswami said. Okay. Now, all the gopis came. And here, Shyamasundara, he's saying, the gopis, the devotees, they rushed to the forest, left everything and rushed to the forest. And then Krishna looked at the gopis and said, oh yeah, dear gopis, yes, I see you here. Good to see you here, but wondering why you are here though. He's the one that played the fifth note. And now he's asking, I wonder why you are here, See, this is a middle of the night. And look at this night. This is so dark and it's frightening. And this forest has all these frightening creatures. They're lurking around. And you're all women. You're all women of Vedic tradition. And you just leave your families like that? Your husbands like that? This is not Vedic Dharma. You should go back. He's starting. The Lord Shyamasundara, he's speaking at the level of moral and morality and social custom. So yes, this would hold good for those who are entrapped in the modes, and that's why they need the moral codes and social customs. So the passion that these conditioned jivas have would not go out of the borders. That's why they need this moral codes and social customs. So this talk of the Lord would hold good for that jivas. But these gopis, they don't belong to that category, right? And he didn't stop there, Shyamasundara. He also says this. See, yeah, you have come here, you should go now. Perhaps you have come here to see how wonderful this forest is. and the full moon, and these fully blossomed flowers, and the beauty of the trees and the creepers and the breeze from Yamuna. You have seen it all, right? Yeah? I think now you should all go back. Yeah? That's what Shyamasundara is saying. And after that, gopis are just quiet hearing the words of Shyamasundara, Krishna. And the next thing Lord Krishna is saying is, see, the highest religious duty of a woman is to sincerely serve their husbands and take care of their children. So that is the highest duty. Why did you just run here, leaving your highest duty? You cannot leave your husbands like that and just come to the forest here. And these are all the words of Krishna to the gopis. The gopis give befitting answers. Yeah, so this is what Krishna says. And now, the last thing Krishna says is, so far he spoke on ethical, on a moral conduct level, social custom level, and Vedic Dharma on that platform. He spoke that all right. And again, all these, they hold good for those jivas that are conditioned and are influenced by passion, that are influenced by lust. So all those for those jivas. And the last thing Krishna says is, this is the exact thing Lord Krishna said to Yajnapatnis. When they came to Krishna, then Lord Krishna said, Shravanat darshanat dhyanat mayi bhavo anukirtanat natada sannikarshena pratiyato tato gruhan. Oh gopis, now see, you have seen the forest, you should return back. The Vedic Dharma, you cannot put the Vedic Dharma aside, so you should go back. Okay, if you're not still convinced about what I have to say, if you think, okay, you are coming here because you are so devoted to me and you have bhakti for me, selfless love for me, even then, Shravanat darshanat dhyanan mayi bhava anukirtanat. What you should do is, you should just hear about me. Darshanat, you should just see my deity form. Dhyanan, you should just think about me. Mayi bhavo anukirtanat, you should just share the wonderful qualities that I have. Natada sannikarshena, it doesn't mean that you have to be close to me. It's not the proximity that matters. Pratiyata tato gruhan. That's why, please go back to your home. Krishna. These words, Yajnapatnis, they said, okay. Krishna could send back Yajnapatnis with these words. But he's dealing with gopis here. And Shravanat, Darshanat, Dhyanat, these are all sadhana bhaktis. Oh, just hear about me. Gopis, imagine gopis, just hearing about only Krishna, seeing the form of Krishna, Murti, the Vigraha of Krishna, Dhyana, like these are sadhana bhaktis, right? That's what we do. We just hear about Krishna and we take the darshan of the deities and we think about Krishna, right? Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyajimam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosme. That Bhagavad Gita is for us conditional souls, sadhana bhaktis. And Krishna, he's saying this to gopis. You just hear, be satisfied in hearing about me, be just satisfied in looking at my deity form, and you just think about me. And you just talk among yourself how wonderful, glorious I am. That's all. You should be happy with that. These are gopis, the internal potency of the Lord, Ahladini Shakti of the Lord. This Bhagavad Gita, Manmana Bhava Madbhakto, how would befit them? These gopis. Yeah. Now gopis, they talk. Until now, Shyamasundara Krishna, he spoke. He really spoke, right? Oh, did you come here by mistake? Have you seen the beauty of forest? You want to go back? See moral codes and then social customs and Vedic Dharma, all this. Are you not really convinced with that? Okay, why don't you just go think about me? All that is done. gopis were hearing this, and they are so angry. So angry. These are internal potencies of the Lord. They are so angry. And they're also so sad. Angry, sad, broken-hearted. Yeah. And still they are quiet. They are quiet. And now they have gathered all their strength together, their words together. And then Gopi started speaking. Krishna, please don't speak so cruelly. Do not reject us. Yeah. See, Lord Narayana reciprocates with his devotees. He reciprocates with all his devotees. What about you? In other words, gopis, they see Krishna as Nandanandana Krishna. Their lover Krishna. He's beyond Narayana. Gopis see Krishna like that. But when they're really angry, then they address Krishna as Narayana. Because Narayana, it means like gopis are distancing Krishna. Looking at Krishna as Narayana, they are distancing Krishna. So when they're angry, they address him as Narayana. Okay, you have said this all right, Krishna. But see, Narayana, he reciprocates with his devotees. In other words, what about you? Aren't you supposed to reciprocate with us? Aren't we your devotees? Like that. And they also say as a super soul also reciprocates with all living entities. And the super soul is the dearmost friend of all the soul. Yeah. And because the super soul is the dearmost friend, all the souls serve the super soul. What about you, Krishna? So the indirect meaning is, what about you? You are like the super soul and everybody is meant to serve you. And you are saying we should go back and serve the husbands? All those husbands, the families, these families, all the living entities, everybody is supposed to serve you. And that's why we came to serve you. And you are the same one that reciprocate sitting in the heart of the yogis. Yeah. As Paramatma, they are relishing you as the Paramatma and you are reciprocating with them as Paramatma. So they are able to relish you as Paramatma as, you are sitting in their hearts. Why not us? You are the Bhagavan. We want to give everything to you. As the yogis gave everything, we want to give everything to you. And as all the souls are supposed to serve the super souls, we are here to serve you. And why are you saying that we should go and serve the husbands? Even those husbands also should serve you. All the living entities, they are supposed to serve you. Why are you giving those kind of moral, social, Vedic explanations, Krishna? And Krishna, this is not our fault that we came to you. It is your fifth note flute song, Krishna, that stole our heart. So we are not responsible for our being here. It is you, Krishna. You are the one. Your flute song is the one. Your fifth note is the one. So do not find fault with us and do not talk to us about transgressing the Vedic karma and then transgressing the moral codes or social codes, and do not teach us about the sadhana bhakti. So that's gopis. They gave that befitting response to Shyamasundar Krishna. And then now they're also, they have mixed feelings. They're angry, they're requesting, they're sad, their heart is broken, they're trying in every way. And now they're saying, Krishna, we have approached you to get the dust off your lotus field. And we are your maid servants. Maid servants means you don't pay anything. So you don't even have to pay anything, Krishna. We just want to be the dust of your lotus feet. We just want to serve you. Then Then the gopis say, yeah, then the gopis say, we are here as maid servants. We don't need any remuneration, Krishna. We are here just to serve you. So here, dear devotees, we have heard about this, ethical codes, the moral conduct, social customs. We also heard that all those things are for those who are buried in the mode of passion, the conditioned souls. And we also heard about that sadhana bhakti, and that is that sloka is for us. Shravanat, Darshanat, Jnana. Here the gopis, they are Savai Pumsan Paro Dharma Yato Bhakti Radhokshaje Ahaituki Apratihata Yena Atma Suprasidati. They belong to that category. Ahaituki, there is no reason why they are so much attracted to Krishna. Apratihata, their unstoppable attraction. These social customs, the moral conduct, the Vedic dharma, and this apathy of Krishna, apparent rejection of Krishna, nothing was stopping them. This is apratihata. Yeah. Ahaituki. There is no hetu. There is no reason. If Yashoda Mai is serving Krishna as his son because Damodara is his son, there is hetu there. There is reason there. If Dwaraka queens are serving Dwaraka Krishna, there's a reason because he's their husband there. Right? And Vrishnis are serving. There's a reason because there are relatives there. Like that. But gopis, what reason do they have? They don't. They're against the reasoning of the society. Still, they are unstoppable. So Krishna is not related to in any category and not a husband. So this is against all the reasons. Still, it is their attraction to the Lord is unstoppable. Apratihata, ahaituki. This is gopis, dear devotees. Yeah. For us, what is there for us here? Ahaituki apratihata. For us, the sadhaka bhaktas. For us, the Lord, Krishna, is there in Krishna Nama. Harinama. Krishna is there. When our japa, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When that japa is ahaituki apratihata, means we are doing the japa ahaituki. There is no hetu. There is no reason why I'm doing this japa. It's not that I'll get rid of the sins, I'll get some happiness. So there's no specific reason. I want to do japa. I want to be with Krishna. That's all. Is there a reason why you want to be Krishna? I want to be with Krishna. That is after so many layers. Ahaituki, apratihata, unstoppable. Unstoppable. Not stopped by bodily limitations. Not stopped by this mental chatter. Not stopped by polluted intelligence. Not stopped by ahankara. When our japa is not stopped by any of this, that is apratihata. And then when we chant Krishna, then we are with Krishna. That's ahaituki, apratihata seva for us as the conditioned souls to the Harinama, who is not different from Krishna. And when our japa goes to that state, then that is ruchi, asakti, and further happenings will proceed from there with the abhasa, swarupa abhasa will happen at that time. So that is the point that is relevant to us here. Gopis are ahaituki apratihata, but what about us? Our Lord is also there in the Harinama, and our apratihata is here. But is it so easy? And not stopped by mind, not stopped by polluted intelligence, not stopped by ahankara. That is mama maya duratyaya. right? Then, Mam evaye prapatyante. Prapatti is the only way where it can become apratihata. Because it's Maya of the Lord. The mental obstacles, the intellectual, polluted intellectual barriers and ahamkara, we are dealing with the Maya of the Lord, Daivi Maya. How can we deal? After all, Jiva Tattvas. Prapatti. Prapatti to Guru, who takes us to Krishna. So that way, our apratihati is by prapatti. That's dear devotees. So now Lord Krishna, now he said, okay, now Krishna is pleased, and he didn't say further much. There's nothing more to say anyway, right? Gopi said it all, and so now the Lord is pleased, and he expanded himself. How many gopis are there? All the gopis that ran from different directions to came to Krishna, those many. Krishna expanded himself to each person to cater to each gopi. Yeah. So that is the divine Rasa Leela, where Bhagavan is reciprocating with the pure devotees, the gopis, Ahladini Shaktis, expansion of the Ahladini Shaktis. So that's the Rasa dance. And the Rasa dance has happened, and all these gopis, they started feeling a little privileged and proud. Oh, Krishna, Shyamsundara Krishna is with me so intimately. Every gopi is thinking like that. And Krishna sensed it. And looks like the gopis also had to go through this. Krishna wanted to make them pride free, so he disappeared. To the gopis also, yes, he does that to us, Baddha Jivas. Anardanivrit is happening to take off all these anardas, but to the gopis also. Yeah. So when they felt a little proud and privileged inside, Krishna disappeared from the rasa dance. Is that pertaining to us also, dear devotees? Yeah. Krishna comes to us in the form of seva. In the form of seva. Yes, he comes in the form of nama. Yes, he comes in the form of shastra. But he also comes in the form of seva. And it is up to us how to see that seva. As a matter of purification or as a matter of reciprocation. When we receive that seva in a humble mood, and when we keep that seva in a humble mood, then Krishna is with us. The seva is with us. And that is very much pertinent to us as sadhakas. Yeah. Because seva is always there, either for purification in sadhana bhakti or for loving reciprocation as we are starting to develop more attraction to Krishna in raga bhakti. Yeah. So, humbly receiving and humbly honoring the seva that is given to us. So when the Lord has disappeared, these gopis, they are very sad again. And they kind of repented a little bit. They thought, we didn't realize that. We shouldn't have felt proud. Now Krishna is gone, and it is so painful not to have Krishna with us. And then the gopis, they search for Krishna. They go here and there, search for Krishna. They're already so much in mad love, and in mad love for Krishna. So they were just, even when Krishna is there with them, they're totally maddened by thoughts of Krishna. Even when Krishna is not there with them, they're even more maddened by the thoughts of Krishna because it is intensified. So in that mood of separation, gopis, they were thinking about all the pastimes that Krishna has done in Braja. And and they started enacting those pastimes. the Putanavada, Shakatasuravada, Trinavartavada, Vatsasuravada, Bhakasuravada. And they were also mimicking how beautifully Krishna sings on his flute. And they were so much absorbed in thoughts of Krishna that they started behaving as Krishna. See, this is how Krishna sings the flute. This is how Krishna dances on Kaliya. And they started doing like Krishna. Yeah. And, see, in this mortal world, the love of mother, when a mother, when a child is lost, or when a mother is talking about the child with great love, then the mother starts to act as child, as if she is the child. So that expresses the intensity of attachment and affection that person has on the object of affection, like that. And what to speak of gopis? So they were acting out like Krishna. So like that, they were really, and they got crazy, they were mad, and they were looking for Krishna and then thinking about Krishna and acting like Krishna. And they were searching for Krishna. And as they were searching for Krishna, they saw two sets of footprints. A set of footprints that in the forest. Then they realized, then they realized, okay, there must be a special gopi that Krishna has gone with. This is what Sukadeva Goswami explains in Bhagavatam. He does not mention directly the name of Radha. He indirectly mentions that as a special gopi who does aradhana, at most aradhana, that special gopi. That was the limit of description in Srimad Bhagavatam. And that is all Sukadeva Goswami could go to, because if he goes any further, he will lose the consciousness. And that too, there are so many, in the audience, there are different kind of audience are there. Just the jnanis, just those people who are hearing the katha out of curiosity. Not that all of them are pure devotees. So Sukadeva Goswami could not say much about this pure katha, about the internal actions of internal energy in that assembly. So he was just saying that special devotee, that special gopi, which is Radharani. So these gopis were searching, and one set of footprints are there. Oh, so Krishna has gone with the special gopi. How special she might be that Krishna left all of us behind and went with her. She must be very much perfect in worshipping the Lord. So like that they were thinking. And after going for some distance, then they saw Radharani also, this special gopi. And what happened to Radharani? Why is she abandoned? What happened was, Radharani, Krishna came out of this rasa dance and came with Radharani. And there are many reasons behind this, dear devotees. Each acharya, they wrote a book. Sanatana Goswami did that, Rupa Goswami did that, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura did that, just on these pastimes, pastimes in Vrindavana. So each action of Krishna, why it was done, different reasons, they go in pages actually. Okay. So in any case, Krishna, he came out of the rasa dance to be with Radharani, and Radharani and Krishna were going, and Radharani started to feeling little privileged and proud again. And Krishna recognized it. Radharani said, oh, Krishna, I have walked a lot. Yeah. Can you carry me, Krishna? I don't think I can walk further. Then Krishna realized, and then he disappeared. As soon as Radharani asked for that, Krishna disappeared. And Radharani, she felt so sorry, so morose and so hurt. She thought, oh, I shouldn't have felt little privileged like that, that he has just come with me, and now that he has disappeared. So her heart was also broken, and she was sitting under the tree, and she was also sobbing. So now Radharani and all the groupies, all of them, they were sobbing together. They were sobbing together, and they are singing. They are singing and crying for Krishna. Dear devotees, they are sobbing and they are calling out to Krishna. When Krishna disappeared from the gopis, this is what gopis did. They did not sit and start thinking about, okay, what should I do? The mental speculation did not start. Intellectual discriminations and decision making of what do I do in order to bring Krishna back. They did not do any of those. They just could not bear the separation, and they cried and they called out. This is what Gauranga Mahaprabhu says, Atma Krandana. Actually, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he says, the japa is Atma Krandana. Hare Krishna Mahamantra japa, we call it out as Atma Krandana. That's what Gauranga Mahaprabhu says. Japa is Atma Krandana. Okay. So, yeah. So the gopis now, this is Gopi Gita, dear devotees. We will not describe this in detail because there are many verses here, but we'll just touch base like 3 or 4 slokas here. But this is the Gopi Gita that is sung in the Purushottam Masa and in the Kartik Masa, like that. You know, Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam. This is the Gopi Gita. So we will hear. So Gopi Gita is the Gita, song of the gopis who are crying, sobbing, and calling out to Krishna. Some of them are, so these are all different, the different verses are different, recited by different gopis. Like Venu Gita, each gopi was glorifying the Venu, one after the other, like the gopis took turns like that. Gopi Gita is also collection of all these songs of separation of these gopis. One after the other, these gopis are singing. Yeah. So what are they singing? Again, this we will see these are filled with different emotions. Some are angry, some are chastising, some are requesting, like that. So Gopi Gita, first one is Gopya Uchuhu. We are in the last part of the Katha, and we have we will just touch base about 3 or 4 shlokas that are pertinent to us also. Yeah, dear devotees. Gopya Uchuhu. Jayati te dhikam janmana Shrayata indira shashvadatrahi Dayita drishitam dikshutavakas Tvayi dhritashavas tvam vichinvate. Gopis are saying, Jayati te dhikam janmana vraja. This vraja is now very famous, yeah, because of your birth here, Krishna. Yeah, Shrayata Indira Shashvatatrahi. This is the place of goddess of fortune. Yeah, Daita Drishyatam Dikshutavakas. Oh Krishna, Dikshutavakas. We are looking for you in every direction. Daita Drishyatam. Oh our beloved, please. Drishyatam, please appear before us. Tvayi dhritasavas tvam vichinvate. Tvayi dhritasavas. We are holding this life air just for you, Krishna. Tvayi, we are searching for you and holding this life airs just to see you, Krishna. Tvam vichinvate. So please appear to us, Krishna. We are searching for you. And then next one, this is more of a chastisement tone. Yeah. You have called us, you have killed us, you have called us and you have killed us, with this flute song. And also, see, in Vraja, you have saved all of us from so many demons and from so many obstacles. Yeah, you have saved us, you have protected us. Why don't you protect us now? Why don't you save us now from this separation, Krishna? So that was one tone. And the next tone was, say, Krishna, you are like a super soul. Yeah. And super soul is the protector of the whole universe. So please, at least on that note, please protect us. We are wanting to be with you. So please protect us from this separation by appearing in front of us. Yeah. And then they say, they glorify the lotus-like hand. How his lotus-like hand is so soothing. And so please, Krishna, come, place your lotus-like hand on our heads. And then they glorify the smile of the Lord. The smiling, the beautiful lotus face of the Lord, smile of the Lord. Actually, they are glorifying the sweet voice of the Lord and sweet flute song of the Lord and the smile of the Lord. And they're saying, we are unable to see all that now. Krishna, please come present before us. And they're also glorifying the lotus feet of the Lord. Yeah. And how the lotus feet give shelter to all those who are distressed. We are also distressed by separation from you, Krishna. So please come, give us the shelter of your lotus feet. And about the lips of the Lord. Here it is actually in this shloka, the description of the sweetness of the voice of the Lord, sweetness of the flute of the Lord, and sweetness of the lips of the Lord. So, and they sing in the mellow of the conjugal love. And this is the shloka that is pertinent to us, dear devotees. The gopis are singing. In the whole Gopi Gita, see, Rasa Panchadhyaya is in the middle of the 10th canto. In the middle of this Rasa Panchadhyaya is Gopi Gita. In the middle of this Gopi Gita is this shloka. Very significant one. Tava kadhamritam tapta jivanam kavibhiriditam kalmashapaham shravanamangalam shrimadatam bhuvi grananti bhurida jana. Krishna, tava kada amrutam. Tava, yours, kada, is amrutam, Krishna, is nectar. Tapta jivanam. And it gives life to all those afflicted jivas, Krishna, all those who are afflicted with the suffering. This kada, your kada, is like a nectar. Nectar has two qualities, dear devotees. It's very tasty. It gives life. Krishna Katha does that to us. When we hear about Krishna, it is, first of all, in the beginning, it is more like a medicine. It is purifying. It is purifying. And then it gets very tasty. And from the beginning till the end, it is life-giving. For us to go on with bhakti without Krishna Katha, without knowing about Krishna, who are we going to? For whom are we doing this bhakti? Who is Bhagavan? How is he going? How is he looking? What are his qualities? How is he relevant to me? How do I get there? This is all Krishna Katha, life-giving. So life-giving and very sweet. Tava kada amritam tapta jivanam. very inflicted. Tapanti vividastapanaita matgata chetasaha. We are inflicted with these 3 tapas. Krishna Katha will bring us out of this tapas. Kavi biriditam kalmashapaham. Kavi biriditam. These narrations are very nicely sung by these learned sages. And kalmashapaham. Kalmasha is sinful. Sinful impurities. Kalmashapaham eradicates the sinful reactions. Shravana Mangalam Srimadatam. When this Krishna Katha is heard, this Krishna Katha, Shravana is hearing. Mangalam. This Krishna Katha is auspicious. Hearing of the Krishna Katha is auspicious and brings all good fortune to us. This is also described in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the effects of bhakti. Effects of bhakti in the very beginning stages, how it is the 6 effects of bhakti. There it is said how it will take away the miseries. So Shravana Mangalam Srimad Adatam brings good fortune. It brings good fortune because when the bhakti is done, as we get rid of the modes, we also get this Vaishnava qualities, and those are the qualities of in the mode of goodness. Those are the qualities of fortune. They are good fortune. They are the real wealth. See, somebody may be a millionaire, but he's not peaceful. He's always in anxiety and fear. He will end up with depression. He will end up with depression and medication and may end up with suicide. So what value is that million to him? As opposed to that, when somebody is not so wealthy, but very peaceful, that peace is the fortune. That peace is the real wealth. What to speak of bhakti? If peace is a real wealth, what to speak of bhakti? So Srimad-adatam. Bhuvi grunantiye bhuri dajana. Bhuvi, in this Bhuvi, earth. Granantiye bhuri dajana. There are jana, there are people who granantiye, give your kada bhuri dajana very munificently. So these devotees that give your kada very munificently means they cannot be repaid. So these devotees who are giving us Krishna Katha, which is bringing us all auspiciousness and good fortune upon us, and which is relieving all our sufferings of this material world and eradicating the sinful reactions, they cannot be repaid. It means Krishna Katha belongs to that category, cannot be repaid. And this reminds us of the words of Prithu Maharaj when he had this darshan of the 4 Kumaras, and when they gave him the enlightenment, jnana, and then bhakti, then Prithu Maharaj was saying, how can I repay the favor that you have done? It will be a joking thing, thinking that we can repay what you have given to us. It means the bhakti that is given to us is irrepayable. Srila Prabhupada, Gurujana, irrepayable. That's bhakti. That's why we want to cherish. Cherish and share. Then they will be happy. Okay. So, and after that, the gopis, they continue to chastise Krishna. See your beautiful face when you come from herding the forest in the evening, all the dust that is there because of the cow's hooves, it's there in the cloud, it falls on your hair, and your lotus face with that little dusty hair looks so beautiful, and we want to see your face. Krishna, please do not keep us in separation like this so long. And so like this, gopis continue to pray. They continue to pray, and there, as I said, there are many songs. Each fraction of a second is becoming a millennium Krishna. Yugaitam nimishena chakshusha pravarshaitam. Shunyaitam jagat sarvam. Govinda virahena me. Please come, Govinda. Yeah. They sing all this, and then they conclude this talk. Again, Gopi Gita is long, dear devotees. We have just chosen few. And after gopis put out their heart with all their crying and pain and calling, then Krishna, he appears. He appears in the midst of them. And all these gopis, now they are filled as if their life has come back. And these gopis, they take Krishna and they place him on the throne, and they started speaking to Krishna. Okay, Krishna, now we have this question for you. Again, see what gopis are saying. Krishna, yes, you know that we are really looking for you, crying for you, and we really want you so much. You have disappeared and came back, right? We have this question, Krishna. Please, can you answer, Krishna? See, there are some people who give affection only because they receive affection from others. First category. Okay. And in the second category, there are people who give affection though they don't receive affection from others. You know, like parents. Sometimes, all the time, parents give affection. They don't necessarily receive it from the child, but parents continue to give affection. That's the second category. Okay. Those who give the affection, though they don't receive from others. And the third category is there, Krishna. Those who receive affection from others, but they do not reciprocate at all. They don't give any affection to others at all. So in these three categories, Krishna, can you please tell us which category you fall in? We know what gopis are trying to say, right? But Krishna, his answers, what answers is he? This is the last part of the Katha, dear devotees. Now Krishna's answers. See, my dear gopis, the first category is ruled out. Because the first category is they show affection only if the others show to them. But I am not like that. And they show affection just because others are showing affection. Okay, let me be nice with them, affectionate to them, friendly with them. So when I need help, then they will help me. So I'll be friends with them so they can help me when I need. I don't belong to that category, gopis. I'm a genuine friend. I am not friends with others or affectionate with others just because they are so. I am very genuine. So first category ruled out. And you're talking about the second category. So in the second category, like in the parents and children, these parents, they can show affection to the children, but only to their children. They don't show that much affection to other children. I don't belong to that category because as a Paramatma, I show affection to all living entities. So I don't belong to the second category too. And for your information, dear beloved gopis, in the third category you spoke, I will further classify that into 3 more subcategories and then answer your question. In the third category that you spoke, I have 4 subcategories. Third category, you said, somebody will receive all the affection from others, but they don't give any to others. So in that category, it can be because of, see, that person is Atma Rama, very self-satisfied, spiritually very well satisfied. So it doesn't matter to them if others are giving them affection or not. He's always happy. So even if the affection is stopping from outside, they are always happy. So they don't really think of giving affection to us because it doesn't really matter to them because they're Atma Rama. They are doing Ramanticha spiritually. Their joy is spiritually. They are deriving the spiritual joy from within. That's one subcategory. Okay. And the second one is somebody who is very materially, very much fulfilled inside, that it doesn't even occur to them that they have to give the affection back to others. And the other two reasons are they are either ungrateful to give the affection back again, or very envious that they don't give the affection back again. These are four subcategories in the third category that you asked me. And for your information, dear gopis, I do not belong to this third category or any of the subcategory. Then what category do you belong to, Krishna? I belong to Krishna category. What is that Krishna category, Krishna? See, when somebody has taken up my bhakti, Krishna bhakti, then I do not reciprocate with them immediately. It is because I want to intensify their loving devotion. And why do I do that? For their own sake. To increase their laulyam, I do that. And if I just give it all in the beginning only, they would not get more later. So that's why I don't immediately reciprocate. I want to intensify their loving devotion, increase their laulyam for me. And only then, only when there is laulyam, one can get past nishta, ruchi, asakti, like that. That is for us, what to speak of gopis. So to intensify their loving devotion, I kind of delay a little bit. But dear gopis, my beloved gopis, I never stopped loving you. This is Krishna category, my category. I never stopped loving you, but I did not show you. Only because to intensify your love for me. But you gopis, you also belong to a special category, a gopi category. And I cannot repay you. Your bhakti is so ahaituki, so apratihata that you don't care for anything. These are the gopis who wants to give everything to Krishna. The everything to Krishna, there is no false ego there. There's only mamata. The intelligence is that is Purna Sharanagati. Their mind, their mind is Krishna. There's no difference between their mind and Krishna. They want to give their bodies also. And in that setting, this is ahaituki bhakti. And none of those, the ethical, the moral conduct, social customs, etc., family ties, reputations, none of them could stop gopis. So this kind of attraction, attachment to me, nobody has it. Dwaraka queens, yes, they have attachment to me because I'm their husband. So everybody has a reason why they have an attachment. But for you, you have gone against everything. Your attachment is so strong. Your love is so strong that I cannot repay it. I'm bowing down to your pure love. And these are the gopis, dear devotees. When Lord Krishna said he had headache and asked Narada Muni to get some dust from any of the devotees to put on his forehead that would relieve his headache, Narada Muni goes and asks Dwarka queens, and they say, "Oh, no, Vasudeva Krishna, our foot dust? No. How can we give the foot dust that goes on the husband, on the forehead of our husband? Oh, no, apachar, we can't do that." Dwaraka queens. Yeah, like that he goes to every devotee, and then everybody had a reason. And finally he comes to gopis. When he says Krishna has a headache, gopis goes like, Krishna, headache? He wants some foot dust. Take the foot dust. Krishna headache? And we want the pain of Krishna to go away. We want him to be happy. Take the foot dust. Come, see our foot. Yeah, step everywhere and gather the buckets and foot dust. Take, Narada, take all these buckets of foot dust. Are they thinking what would happen to them? Dwaraka queens thought that they would go to Naraka. All the devotees, other devotees thought, Bhagavan, our foot dust on the forehead of Bhagavan. No, we go to Naraka. That did not even occur to the gopis. It means they are just living only to see that Krishna is happy. Those are the gopis that we are hearing about. And these are the words of Bhagavan saying about these gopis. Naparayeham naravadya samvido. Oh, gopis, I cannot repay your debt. Generally, I am ye yadha mam prapatyante tam sadaiva bhajamyaham. However, one approaches me, then I reciprocate accordingly. Yeah, but in your case, that doesn't hold good. Ye yadha mam prapatyante doesn't hold good. Because according to how much you give me, so much I will give you. That is ye yadha mam prapatyante. But you are giving me so much of you that I don't have that much to repay you. So, dear beloved gopis, please be satisfied with your own glorious acts. I have nothing to repay you. I am bowing down to you. Those are the words of Krishna. Very befitting gopi, very befitting words to this exalted devotees, gopis. Yeah, that's all, dear devotees. That is Gopi Gita. That is the divine rasa, leela of Bhagavan and his internal energy. So we will see what the points are, so we can pray to pack it up and to honor and relish. So yeah, in the very beginning, there is something. I think we have to mute, Prabhu. Somewhere some sound is coming, please. Somewhere, if you can please check. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, in the very beginning, those tattva of the gopis, Bhagavan, and the Ahladini Shakti, the tattva we have heard about, the tattva of Bhagavat tattva and Ahladini Shakti tattva, and we are here in Jiva tattva. That's one thing. And next we have heard about where are we in spiritual journey and where are gopis. We are here in Anartha Nivritti. They are there, past Vastu Siddhi, Mahabhava. Yeah. And the third one is we have heard about the mechanics of lust, which starts with bewilderment and then ends up with destruction. And one more thing is, dear devotees, this lust is a disease of an embodied soul. It's a disease of the embodied soul. It is so unfortunate that it is glamorized, right? That is Kali Yuga. It's a disease of an embodied soul. And under the influence of the disease, there are 5 symptoms that happen, starting with bewilderment, ending with destruction. And this lust of this material world is a disease, not only in the human beings, even in a worm in the stool has the disease of lust. Every living being, embodied, conditioned living being, is afflicted with this disease of lust. As the acharyas say, not only the human beings, but the worm in the stool also has it. Yeah, that's the disease of the lust. And what is love? Love is Anandam Buddhivartanam Pratipadam Purna Amrita Aswadanam. Loving reciprocation with Bhagavan belongs to that category, where it is a limitless, joyful ocean that constantly expands. Ananda Ambudhi Vardhanam. Vardhanam is constantly expanding. Pratipadam Purna Amrita Aswadanam. Sarvatma Snapanam. That is love. So that we have heard. And then starting from in the Katha, the gopis, yeah, how the gopis left everything and then just ran to Krishna. They ran to Krishna. there we heard about the Venu Gita. For them, flute song is the calling, and for us, the Sadhu Vani giving us the sweetness of the Harinama, potency of the Harinama, and drawing us towards Hari. That is the flute song. Sadhuvani is the flute song that takes us to Bhagavan, that we have heard. And then Lord Krishna, he's saying, we already heard about that, right? All those reasons of moral conduct, social customs, Vedic dharma, all those three reasons are those for somebody who are in the clutches of Maya. But gopis are beyond that. And when Lord Krishna said, Shravanad, Darshanad, the sadhana bhakti, that is for the sadhakas like us. But gopis are beyond that we have heard. And so that is there. And after that, the gopis, Lord Krishna starts the rasa dance. After the gopis plead and cry and then request, Krishna is pleased and he does the rasa dance. And gopis get pride and they get proud. And then Krishna disappears. That's where we have discussed about the seva that comes to us. Seva is always there. We do action. We have this body, so we do action. That action is either for purification or lovingly reciprocation of Bhagavan. So there we have heard about how the seva, when it is received humbly and when it is honored, kept humbly, then that Krishna seva will stay with us. And when we feel proud or privileged, then as Lord Krishna disappeared, then the seva would disappear. After that, disappeared. Yes, all the gopis, they went. They were very mad with after Krishna, and then in their thoughts they enacted all the pastimes, and they thought about the special gopi Radharani, and Radharani also. She ended up with the same thing, and it's the same thing there. Radharani felt privileged, so Krishna disappeared, and then gopis started singing. All of them started singing. That's Gopi Gita, and in that there are many songs, and the song that is very pertinent to us, we have heard about Tavakadamrutam Tapta Jivanam. There, the potency of the holy Krishna Katha, how Krishna Katha takes us out of the miseries, and it is like a nectar. It is initially it is purifying, and it is sweet and life-giving from the beginning till the end. And it is all auspicious and brings us good fortune. And those who give us this Krishna Katha, like our sadhus, acharyas, their debt cannot be repaid. That we have heard. And then there are other verses also in Gopi Gita, all of them. And the final conversation of which category do you belong to, Krishna? And the take-home point for us is that the Lord, though he says, I may not reciprocate initially, but is that this is only to increase the lavlyam. So that we want to remember, dear devotees. Utsaha nischayat dhairyat. So when we see that there is no reciprocation from Krishna yet, then we want to hear these words of Bhagavan, that Krishna did not stop loving us, as Krishna just said to the gopis. He doesn't stop loving us, but he has to do what he needs to do with us, so we can become so pure and so attached and absorbed to him. For that, to increase our hankering. With that hankering, to increase our hankering and desire, If there is any delay in reciprocation, these are the words that we want to hear from Bhagavan. But to remember that he never stops loving us. Yeah, that's all, dear devotees. We'll pause here. Thank you all so very much.